Okay, we have to start our new lesson today, so which is magnets, right? I think we have done small introduction to this last day also, how so we can mark this actually how we can mark the north and south in the magnet, and we just learn about there is a magnetic field in the magnet. So when like there's a magnetic field, and this magnetic field is basically concentrated into this north and south pole of the magnet, right? So magnet is something like just brief in again. So magnet is kind of metal thing that can attract magnetic elements like so nails, iron nails or coins, sometimes not plastic, but so basically the magnetic elements can be attracted. Okay, then so here these magnetic materials which attract the magnet, so these are called magnetic materials. We learn, so there are different magnetic material there, and so magnet can we take so these magnets are in different shapes. So this there can be like ferrite magnets and steel magnets, and so different shapes. Out of this steel magnet and ferrite magnet, these ferrite magnets are more powerful. Ferrite magnets are more powerful. That means it can attract objects well than these steel magnets, right? So steel magnets are cheap, but ferrite magnets are much expensive. Steel are inexpensive. It is not that much expensive, but these ferrite magnets are a bit expensive. Okay, poles. So poles, actually we have two poles in the magnet, north pole and south pole. Actually, in this north pole and south pole, there is a high concentration of the magnetic power. So you can see when this, like even the magnetic sand or some small magnetic dust is put into this magnet to attract. So actually more attraction you can see in the south pole and north pole, but not in the middle. There is some, but not that much concentrated. So actually north and south pole of these magnets can be marked this way. If it is a magnet in this shape, U shape, so north and south pole are again ends. If it is a ferrite magnet like this, so both sides will be assigned to this side, south side and north side. And if it is a circle, like if it is a circle shape magnet, or then again the south and north, if it is a coin shape magnet, it will be south. And so there is coin shape magnet too. So these ferrite magnets, right? Identifying magnetic poles. So there's an experiment to identify. So when poles are marked, it's very easy to identify. When south pole and north pole is marked, so you can easily identify. But so when pole is not marked, you have to do small experiment to identify the poles. So there are a few methods. So magnet which poles are not marked, you can take a ferrite one, or even so there are steel magnets which poles are not marked, or you can just bring one from Daras. It's not expensive, it's not that much expensive. You can just buy online. Let's go to Daras and see. So you can see here, these are coin shaped magnets. These are small, but here they are square magnet and this ring magnet, circle magnet. These things are there. So you can just buy for. So you can see this one here. Actually, you have 50 pieces, but this is very small, right? It's a very tiny magnet, 4 millimeter magnet. It's less than 1 centimeter. So it's a very tiny magnet. So this magnet is not really easy to mark. Using this magnet, it's very hard to mark the north and south pole as like. So we have way, but normal methods that mentioned in the book is like those methods is quite difficult to apply in this. But if you take a magnet like okay, this is also a ferrite magnet. Do we have any steel magnet? Let's search for steel magnet. These are actually neodymium. Neodymium. This is neodymium one. I just need the steel. All our ring magnets available. 10mm one. This is again 5mm one, right? All are these small magnets. Do we? Okay, let's sort by the price, the higher one. Still you can see this neodymium. The other one is not listed here. Yes, that is not listed here. There are magnetic elements, magnetic stickers, but not the one that we expect. All are magnetic stickers and all. Because this can be used to sticker in, like, you know, so these stickers can be placed in a vehicle. That's why this I used, right? Okay. Right. Then I think you need to buy from a shop. So if it is not available here. Oh, there are different websites related to science. I cannot remember the exact name of the website, but we have it in Daras, no. The school works, let's see. This one. So because most of these are like neodymium magnet, because for the toys and all, it's used highly, right? That is why it's the reason that neodymium are more famous. Let's try. Nesh, maybe Nesh. Here. But these are actually with the Paul mark, right? So these are with the Paul mark. You can see these are steel magnets. These are not that much of powerful, but you can just buy the set. This set is here. You can see it's very small cost, right? It's only 300 rupees, right? You can consider as these poles are not marked. Maybe when you are buying that, you can consider as poles are not marked. Maybe තිබ්බට poles mark කරලා ඔයා මේ poles mark කරලා නැහැ කියන විදිහට අරගෙන මේ practical එක කරන්න පුළුවන්. Right? Then also you can verify whether your practical is correct. So this is small price, right? This one is like it's lab this set of magnets. So this is a magnet toy actually. Right? And this is experiment kit. A magnet toys experiment kit. So objects having magnets, like just to stick them, and but this one is better, right? This is cheap and you can buy, and so it's very cheap. It's not that much expensive. Steel magnets, and you can use that for marking the walls. So let's see what is the practical. Right? One way is you can use a compass. Compass also you can buy for very small amount, like again. So if you don't have, so modern phones, most of the modern phones, mobile phones, those are having that component. Modern phones are having this compass. So if you want, I can show the app in my mobile phone. But so these, most of the modern phones are having this compass, and you can use that. So because when you make this closer to this, you can see the compass turns, and the turning can be used to identify whether it's a south pole or north pole, because north pole attracts to the south pole and south pole attracts to the north pole. North and north will not attract, right? North and south will attract, but south and south also will not attract. That is why you can detect this, because north pole will attract to north pole. So that using that you can, because this is already marked, and using that you can identify. And another thing is you can hang this using a thread in the middle, and which is turning to the north is north pole, right? Which is turning to the other side is south pole, right? So you can just identify that way also. And so you can use a one which is already marked, right? You can also use the one which already marked, because you know north and north will not attract, south and south will not attract, north will attract to the south and south will attract to the north. So this way also you can mark it, right? And so another thing is you can put that in here, considering the direction the magnet turns when it floated in the water using a piece of cork or styrofoam. So you can just keep it over there, and then you can observe to which direction it turns, because when you make it unstable or make holawala නැවැත්තුවම මේක ආපහු කැරකිලා stable වෙනවා. මේ නූලක එල්ලුවා වගේ තමයි වතුරේ තිබ්බම. So another thing is you can observe the magnet using, so if you keep this in a watch glass, still you can see the direction that magnet turns. අර watch glass එක balance කරාම ඒ magnet එක turn වෙන direction එක අනුව අපිට හොයන්න පුළුවන්. මොකද watch glass එක යාට free මෙහෙම කරගෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක තියෙන පැත්ත අනුව. එතකොට යා turn වෙන පැත්ත අනුව අපිට හොයාගන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, all these methods can be used to observe the direction of magnet. Right? So then in the 6.2 we need to learn about the magnetic field. Actually, for that I would like to pay your attention to this. I'll be sending you the link. Please go to this link. And so if you want to see these practicals, these are if you have to wait some time, right? After selecting one option, please wait some time. Because you have to wait till it loads. Okay, until it loads, let's move to the book again. Magnetic field of the magnet. So magnetic field is basically the area which the magnetic power is distributed. To which area the magnetic power is distributed. Basically, you can see this. You can see the magnetic field. So by doing this experiment, right? So what you have to do, spread a thin layer of iron fillings on sheet of cardboard. This we discussed last day also. You have to just spread this thin layer of iron fillings, then gently place the sheet of cardboard on the bar magnet. Tap the sheet of cardboard generally. Observe the pattern in which iron fillings are arranged, and through that you can see so where this, okay, So the first thing is you have to spread this throughout the, like spread this iron filling in the cardboard, and then place the cardboard on the bar magnet, and then tap the cardboard sheet gently and see the arrangement of iron fillings. That is one way of seeing that. And so another way of observing that is you have to use a bar magnet, iron fillings, and test tube of size to insert the magnet here. You can see, or test tube, or you can use a glass, and beaker of a tall form, glycerin or coconut oil. Right here, what you need to do. Right here, what you need to do, you have to fill the beaker with. You can use coconut oil. That is easy. If it is harder to find glycerin, you can use coconut oil, and mix iron fillings so that it will evenly spread in the coconut oil. So if you cannot find iron fillings, so my advice, use sand. Use sand which are magnetic attractable sand. So to do that, you know what you need to do. You have to wrap a magnet with a cardboard, also not cardboard, or paper, then just move it here and there in sand, and it will attract magnetic sand, magnetic base sand. So it will attract that. So doing that, you can just get this iron fillings. That is one thing. Or you can get these iron fillings from a place where the bar cutting and all done. So from such place also you can collect iron fillings. So that is for free, right? You can go and collect that from a place which cut the iron sheets and iron bars. ඒ වගේ තැන්වල අර කුඩු විදියට තියෙනවා. ඊට වැඩිය ලේසි අපි වැලි එකකට අර වැලි තියෙන තැනකට මැග්නට් එක වටේට පේපර් එකක් ඔතලා, මොකද පේපර් එකක් ඔතන්න ඕන, පේපර් එකට එතකොට එකතු වෙනවා. right? මැග්නට් එකක් වටේට පේපර් එකක් ඔතලා වැලි වල move කරන්න ඕනේ එහාට මෙහාට. එතකොට වැලි වල තියෙන අර magnetic sensitive elements ටික නැත්නම් ඒකේ තියෙන iron filling වගේ elements ඒවා ටික attract වෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ අපිට ඒක නිකන් අර හලලා වගේ ගන්න පුළුවන්. එකම size එකේ වුණා. So then using that you can mix it with the coconut oil, and so after that insert the bar magnet into test tube and slowly dip it into the don't just dip the magnet එක දාන්න එපා. තෙල් වලට ඊට පස්සේ දැන් අර තියෙනවා ඇලුනා මේවා ගන්න අමාරුයිනේ. ඒ හින්දා අර මේකක දාලා ටෙස්ට් ටියුබ් එකක දාලා ඉවරලා ඒකට බස්සන්න. එතකොට මේ ඒකට ඇට්‍රැක්ට් වෙන විදිය බලන්න පුළුවන්. You can see this will be arranged. ඒක තමයි glass එක ඇතුලේ ලස්සනට පේනවා මේ arrangement එක. Right, observe the pattern of the iron fillings arranged around the magnet. And this is මේ තියෙන අර bar magnet එකක් වටේ arrange වෙන හැටි tap කරලා තට්ටු කරාම, හැබැයි ගොඩාක් තට්ටු කරන්න එපා. Don't tap more because then this will be concentrated on these both poles. මොකද මේක ගොඩාක් tap කරොත් එහෙම මේ තියෙනේවා දෙක මේ pole දෙකට attract වෙලා නිකන් එහෙනම් මේ හැමතැනටම ඉහලා මේ කුඩු ඉස්සර පස්සේ දෙපාරක් විතර පොඩ්ඩක් tap කරන්න. එතකොට මේක arrange වෙනවා in the north and south. Right, area the power spread is called the magnetic field. එතකොට කොච්චර දුරකට මේක පැතිරෙනවද කියන එක. සමහර ඒවා ඉන්ඩිපෙන්ඩන්ට් තියෙනවා, හැරෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ හැරෙන්නේ නැතුව තියෙන ඒවට magnetic power එක දැනෙන්නේ. So those who turn and arrange according to the after tapping, so that area we can call the magnetic field. The area that magnetic power spread around the magnet is called the magnetic field of that magnet. Some magnets are powerful, so magnetic field is high. Some magnets are less powerful. You can, if you have two magnets like the steel magnet and otherwise the ferrite magnet, you can see ferrite magnets are really powerful. So it will attract objects faster and it will attract more objects, and the field is also okay. So let's go to the this is, you can see it's loaded, right? You can also load this simulation. Is it loaded in your computer? Did you check that or not yet? This is the link. Not yet.
Yes, sir.
So can you show me? Loaded. So can you please share the screen and show me, because like I just want to see.
Okay.
Right. Okay. This is what's happening. So I hope you can see my screen, right? Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is your first practical. So this is what they are in your first practical. This is, you can see. So what is this? This is a compass. And when you here, so see what will happen when you when you make this closer to the compass. So what will happen? It will turn, right? So compass is generally when magnetic field is not there, compass is heading to the actual north and south, right? The compass is heading to actual north and south when there is no external magnetic field. But when you move a magnet closer, then what will happen? The compass will turn, here compass north, will try to attract magnet south pole of the magnet. Why? You know, the north and south attract, right? And so the other way. So if you try to, okay, so I cannot turn this, but anyway, like I can do something like this. I can try with the north pole. When I cross the north pole, you can see the south of the magnet. South of the magnet is trying to attract this. එතකොට magnet එකේ north pole south pole එක ළඟට ගෙනාවම compass එකේ මොකද්ද මාලිමාවේ compass එකේ north pole එක යාගේ පැත්තට හැරෙනවා. එතකොට magnet එකේ north pole එක මෙයාගේ ළඟට ගෙනාවම right compass එකේ south pole එක එයාගේ පැත්තට හැරෙනවා. This is your first practical, right? Okay, then so magnetic field actually. So this is measured using bars, you can see. So planet Earth. So this is planet Earth, and let's keep it here. So let's move this. This is what. So let's keep the magnet, and you can see how it turns when the planet Earth is there. Removing this and just show the compass, show the magnetic field. You can see how it is arranged. This is why planet Earth is there. So you can see when planet Earth is like a magnet. So it also has a south pole and north pole. And so you can see the south and north. So this is how it looks like. It's like a big magnet. So when you place a compass, and you can see south pole is here. This compass heading north is showing this, and it's moving, it's turning this, and so this is actually the this is the magnetic field of planet Earth. Electromagnet is a magnet which is temporarily created. Actually, you need a battery and a copper coil to create this magnet. So let me turn off the battery. Okay, let's see. 0. So if it is 0, you can see when you move the compass, nothing happens. The compass headings are it's compass headings. You can see it's not moving, right? Anywhere. So that is actually according to the Earth magnetic field, the north and south will be displayed. Can you see? Nothing happens. But let me give a voltage. I'm going to provide 2 volt. You can see when I provide voltage, so this will try to act as a magnet. Actually, this electromagnet is the concept behind motor. Magnet is the concept behind a dynamo or motor. So because you are using a normal magnet and electromagnet, you're using a normal magnet and electromagnet both, and so you are generating a force to the middle. So using this, there are 2 normal magnet, and in the middle there is electromagnet. when power provided, so it will try to turn so one direction based on the, okay, if I'm going to provide power other way, you can see the north and south changes, right here. So see the compass. So when I change the power direction, north and south changes. So that is why motor can be rotated both way. If you change the sides plus and minus, so it will turn one direction. If you change the plus and minus again, the other direction, rotation will be other direction. Motor can be turned both directions due to this reason. Right? So you can see how motor works. In anima or anima drafts. As an animation, you can see how motor works. So here there are two magnets. So see here, there are two magnets. And this is what? In the middle, there is an electromagnet. Actually, this plus and minus touch in this, right? The plus and minus touch in this coil. And what will happen when the magnetic power provided, this will rotate. Right? This will rotate. So you can just go and watch the video. And today, I'm not going to discuss that, but you can just see this by watching this video. Okay. So then this is to see, right? This practical is showing. So which side the magnet attract and which side the like detaching, or which side is pulling out the magnet. So this actually we have already discussed. Therefore, I'll keep this to you. You can do this and you can see the, so using a cardboard and these iron fills, like you can see the magnetic field also. So this is when pattern of the magnetic field, this is unlike poles. Unlike poles, when poles are unlike, so what will happen? Will it attract or detach? When there are unlike poles?
It will attract.
Attract, yes. North pole and south pole example. So here, these are like poles. Like poles means the same poles. You can see the magnetic field is trying to pull it out, the other one. So the magnetic field looks like this. Right? So this is a power. Using this power only, a motor rotates. Okay, compass. Actually, we have used compass. So this is invented by Chinese people thousands of years ago, but these compass are now very common device. So why we are using compass? So in the middle, there is a magnetic needle. Actually, it is turning and showing us the earth north direction and the south direction. So that is actually to show the direction, compass is used. You can create your own compass, so that is not a big thing. So you can use your own, but you need very lightweight thing because it need to be rotated, right? So therefore, you need very, it's kind of lightweight thing. Here, using a needle, you can make a compass. But to do that, you have to magnetize the needle. How can you magnetize an object? Steel object, how can we magnetize? Do you know how to magnetize that? Because steel, by default, the nail or this needle is not having magnetic field. So how can we magnetize? I think have you seen the screws can be magnetized? Screws magnetized කරනවා දැකලා තියෙනවා. තර ස්ක්‍රූ නියන් කියලා කියන්නේ screws, testers, නැත්නම් screws ඒවා මේ ඇන ගලවන්න ඕන නම් magnetize කරනවා. Have you seen that?
No, sir.
හරි මෙහෙම දැන් අර මේ මම වීඩියෝ එකක් පෙන්නන සමහරට ඔයාලට වැඩිපුර තේරෙයි. කොහොම වුණත් okay. Just think, right? When we like okay, sometimes, right? Screws. So okay, see the screws in piano or organ. Right? Normally, not screws. This is screw. Here, these normally, okay. Laptop වල නම් මේ උඩින් තියෙන්නේ or speaker. say remove. Right, okay. So let's see this kind of one. Okay, outside maybe. Supposing so I cannot remember any better object, so so these are outside things, so I just want to show you. Speakers වල එහෙම speakers වල වාසම දැකලා තියෙනවා නම් මේක තියෙන්නේ ඇතුලේ. අර දැන් මේ තියෙන මේ එළියේ තියෙන එකක් නෙමෙයි තමයි පෙන්වන්නේ. Screw hole කියලා බලමුද? පේන්නේ නැහැ. Buffer. Subwoofer. Okay, I'm not getting the required image. Getting images, but not getting the required image. Okay. Okay. At least try to see this image, but screws are outside, right? Screws are outside. Normally, ගොඩක් device වල screws තියෙන සිදුරක් ඇතුලේ. Right? දැන් මට ඒ object එකේ නා මේක අපි ගමු. හරි මෙතන මේ තියෙන holes හතර. Can you see there are 4 holes? So normally screws are there inside these holes. එතකොට අපිට පේන්නේ නැහැ හරියටම screw head එක. එතකොට අපි මේ වගේ එකක් ගලවද්දී when you want to like remove the screw from this kind of device, we need to attract the nail. එතකොට මේ nut එක එන්නේ නැහැ. මේ nut එක නැත්තම් මේ nail එක අපි අලවලා ගන්න ඕන. මේ මේකේ tester එකේ. Right? So to do that actually, so you have to magnetize screwdriver. Right? Magnetize screwdriver. So why that is needed, then you can easily attract nails. එතකොට මේ ඇන මේ විදිහට ඇලිලා එනවා මේක. ඒ හින්දා ඇන ගලවනකොට when you are removing nails, so it is easy, right? It is easy when you magnetize this. It's very easy to magnetize. So there is a small step. මේක අපි කරන්නේ magnet එකක දෙපැත්තට අතුල්ල. So we will just rub against a magnet. Here you can see there's a magnet. So he's just rubbing this screwdriver, and so that is how you magnetize that. ඒ විදිහට තමයි needle එකකුත් magnetize කරන්න ඕනේ. Right? When you want to magnetize, here this is, you can see. So we are using a magnet, and we are just rubbing, and we are just rubbing this against this screwdriver. And after that, it can attract nails. Then that is easy. අර ඇන ඇලිලා එනවනේ මේක. ඒතකොට ඇන හැම ගන්නත් ලේසි, ඇන ගලවන්න ලේසි, ගලවපැනයක් ගන්න ලේසි, සමහරට ඇතුළට ඇනයක් දාගන්න ලේසි. Therefore, we are normally magnetizing these screwdrivers. Okay. දැන් මම හිතන්නේ reason එක දන්නවනේ why screwdrivers are magnetizing, because there is normal steel one, but when you magnetize, it's easy to operate. That is why you are magnetizing that. ඒතර ඒ වගේ තමයි needle එකක්. So you can just rub this against, here you can see, magnetize the needle by contact method using the bar magnet. මේ bar magnet එක contact කරලා දිගටම මේ දෙපැත්තට පොඩ්ඩක් touch කරගෙන ගියාම මේක magnetize. So after that, you can use, right, cut a thin slice of the cork bung and fix needle into it. අර තියෙන කිරලැම්බ එකක් අරගෙන ඒකට මේකෙන් පොඩි කෑල්ලක් කපලා අරගෙන මේ චූටි කෑල්ලක් කපන්න මුළු කිරලැම්බේම දාන්න එපා. podi kalla kapala aragena. So then you have to fix the needle into it. Float the slice of cork within the needle in the basin of the water. Right? So a slice of our eke kalla kapala eka me with the needle and float it. Then test the floating needles always turn into the same direction. Make a karkwala therium, make harita magnetize karagatana, water pena, make a capacita, karakila noti. So color the needle, color the end of the needle, which always turn into the geographical north in the red. Hama velema me mukad north path haraneka, color the needle, which always turn the geographical north ekata red color karanulu. Right? So what you have constructed is a simple compass. Modify your compass to make it more attractive. So you can make a simple compass this way. Right? But you can create a balanced compass. So these are some other compasses that you can create. Right? So but that needle and the cork one compass is easy. Right? So needle and the cork one is easy. It's fast and easy. So okay, when a compass is kept near the magnet, needle turns along the direction of the magnetic field. Therefore, the magnetic field of the magnet can be identified using the compass. Then අපිට පුළුවන් magnetic field එක identify කරන්න. මොකද compass එක ළඟට ගෙනියනකොට තමයි මේක කැරකෙන්නේ. ඒතර කොච්චර දුර තියෙද්දි කැරකෙනවද කියන එකෙන් we can identify the magnetic field. Right. Okay, this is interesting example to see. Make up so, but they have used several compasses. Oh yes, if you use several compasses, it looks like this. But without using that also, so see the direction when you change it, what will happen? Just our animation. See this. So we closed it. Yes. If you want to search that, I have already sent you the link. But if you want to search that again, so you can just search PHET simulations, magnets, and electromagnets. And then you have to select this, run shape the J browser compatible version. This is GeoPJ one. So you have to run with the GeoPJ. Right, geomagnetism. So geomagnetism is, so Earth, so like we saw in that animation and that interactive animation, north and south direction of the Earth can be identified using a compass, because you have to consider Earth as a compass. When a compass is kept horizontally near to the surface of the Earth, the needle turns along to the north-south direction. Right? Okay. So you need two compasses here, a bar magnet and piece of thread and stand. And so what you need to do is hang one bar magnet horizontally on the stand using the piece of thread. So that is what we have done earlier to identify the north and south poles. But this time you have to use a magnet with north and south poles, right? So then keep the bar magnet hung on the stand and two compasses about 2 meters apart from each other. So you have to keep distance, so at least 2 meters. Here to here, there will be 2 meters, because otherwise, if you keep the compasses nearby, there will be magnetic field affecting, right? Take another bar magnet and bring one of its poles closer to each compass and to the magnet hung on the stand. Right? Take another bar magnet and bring its poles closer to each compass. When a bar magnet එකක් අරගෙන මේවා ලං කරන්න ඕන compass එකටයි මේකටයි. Right? Record the observations. It will rotate, right? So what will happen? It will rotate. This one will also rotate. This one will also rotate. So then take away the bar magnet and observe the direction of the poles, compass needles and the bar magnet which is come. මේක අයින් කරලා ඊට පස්සේ මේව නිශ්චල වෙන්න ඇරලා ඊට පස්සේ ආයෙ බලන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, so then, sorry, I have muted, right? Sorry, anyway, so you have to make, like, keep the observations, right? Record the observations. So you can see here the north side, and north side, like it is basically directed to the south of the earth, and the other one, so north of the earth, and the other one is directed to the south. So you have to consider, you have to imagine earth as a magnet. Right? But Earth also has a magnetism, that is what we call geomagnetism. Here you can see the magnetic north and magnetic south. So this turns, the magnetic north is here, that is why south turns this direction. South try to, right? So you know the south and north attract the opposites, unlike, right? So you can see here. And here north and south, you can see the this north is pointed to the magnetic south of the earth. You have to consider this as a magnet. So that is the geomagnetism. Actually, true north and the magnetic north has small difference. So why is that? Yes, why is that? Can you tell?
Cancer.
There is a slight difference. Why is that? Why is a slight difference between the true north and the magnetic north? මේ දෙකේ පොඩි වෙනසක් තියෙනවා. Yes. So what is the reason? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here you can see the magnetic north is here. And true north is not the magnetic north. There is a difference. Yes. So why that is happening?
Because the
So you know that is Earth rotating this way? Is Earth rotating like so is it rotating this way? Maybe the Earth rotate when කෙලින් මේ තියෙන true north, true south තියෙන විදිහට the Earth rotate when. Is it rotating like this? Or is it rotating in an angle? So what do you know? What do you think? Is there an angle or?
angle.
I think you have heard of that, right? Here. So let me show. Earth rotating angle. Right? Earth rotation angle. So you can see Earth is currently has an axial tilt about 23.44. So this is the thing. That means, so see here in this image, right? It's tilting this way, right? It's not tilting in a straight, it's not tilting this way.
Okay.
Right? It's tilting in this north and south celestial pole and celestial pole line. So it's around this. So that is why there is a small difference. And anyway, so you can just read more about that. You can just read more about that and discover and identify things. Okay. So then temporary magnets and permanent magnets. As you saw, the electromagnets generated are not permanent. When electricity is applied, the magnetism is there. But permanent magnets keep the magnetism for long time. But still, that permanent magnet, the magnetism will disappear, but that will take a long time. Right? Here. So this is, you can see, this is electromagnet. So this is using a copper coil. Right? When you provide the power, current එක දුන්න හැටිය තමයි මේ copper coil එකද මේ ඇණයක් වටේට ඔතපු copper coil එක. මේක අපි චූටි කාලෙත් කරා මේ ටෙස්ට් එක. ඇණයක් වටේට copper wire copper තඹ කම්බියක් ඔතලා ඒකට current එක දෙනකොට මේ ඉදි කටු ටික ඇණේට ඇලෙනවා. හේතුව එතකොට මේක magnet එකක් වෙනවා. හැබැයි මේ current එක අපි switch එක off කරනකොටම current එක නැති වෙනකොට මේ ටික හැලෙනවා. හැබැයි මේකේ එහෙම නෑ. මේකේ කොයි වෙලාවෙ ඔයා current එකක් දෙන්න එහෙම මොකුත් ඕනේ නෑ. If you just make this closer, it will attract. So these are temporary, but this is a permanent. Right? So electromagnet, you know how to create. That's very easy. You have to use a coil, a copper coil around a steel nail. වානේ මේ කම්බියක් වුණත් ගන්න පුළුවන් නැත්නම් ඇණයක් ගන්න මේ ඇණේ වටේට උතන්න තඹ කම්බියක්. ගේජ් එක නම් ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. ටිකක් ලොකු තඹ කම්බියක් වෙනවා නම් හොඳයි ගේජ් එක වැඩි එක. එතකොට මේක ලේසි යොදා ගන්න අපිට. පොඩි තඹ කම්බි එක තින් වැඩිනේ. මේකෙන් අපිට හදා ගන්න පුළුවන්. So that will make a temporary magnet. So if you want to make a permanent magnet, right? If you want to make a permanent magnet, this is electromagnet. So what you can do is, one thing is you can like keep a steel and keep touching it, and then you can, so this is called contact method. Keep touching that in that object or the steel, then so slightly using the contact method, it will have magnetic field, but that magnetic is not that powerful. And there is a electrical method also. Here, there is a electrical method also. In this time, you are using similarly, you can use iron nail or hacksaw blade. Blade yakada pati irana kiyat pati. And then you have to use insulated copper wire. 2 meters of insulated කියලා කියන්නේ copper wire එකේ enamel එක දාපු එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒක කියන්නේ එකෙන් මේ insulated කියලා කියන්නේ මේ copper wire එක cover කරලා තියෙන්නේ. cover කරපු copper wire එකක් use කරන්න ඕන. And then you have to use piece of cardboard, and so මේ cardboard එක දාලා ඉවල cardboard එක වටේට තමයි දැන් මේක ඔතන. And so what you are doing, you are providing power. Then ඔයාලා දන්නවා මේ power එක දෙන්න හැටි මොකද වෙන්නේ? මේ ඇතුලේ electromagnet එකක් හැදෙනවා. After that, after doing this, so what you need to do is, so finally you have to remove this copper wire, and this part you can remove, and you can see it will act as a magnet. That is the electrical method of converting. The electrical magnet එකක් අර මේ electromagnet එකක් හදන විදිහම වගේ තමයි. Only thing is you are using insulated paper, so the cardboard for the insulation and also insulated wire. That is the difference. Right?
Okay.
So you are given the measurements also. So 5 centimeter long tube, right? And then with the copper wire of 32, that is a gauge around the tube, and make a coil. Bring the iron nail closer to the tips, and it has magnetic power. Then insert the iron nail into the cardboard tube. Straight both ends of the coil and connect this. Why you need to straight? Make a puran on. Hetu make insulated. In the product surla tama make touch karan on. Right. Then several times into the circuit. So you have to supply current several times. You can keep what are touching wage tama touch karna wage tama keep watawak make current එක supply කරනවා නැති කරනවා supply කරනවා නැති කරනවා. Likewise you have to do few times, and after that take the iron nail back, go back away, and then you can create this magnetic object. So that is the electric way, and this is the contact method. You have to keep touching this one direction. So like this, you are rotating, touching, rotating, touching, rotating, touching several times, and using the contact method also you can create a Okay, so we have, I just wanted to finish that, but yes, there is a small part and I have to start another class also. Anyway, so this one with the questions I'll be discussing next day, because applications I already discussed this, but we have to discuss more about that, and then I'll be discussing questions also next day. I thought that we can finish this today, but we need like 10 minutes to finish, but doesn't matter, I'll be doing that next day, right? I'll be doing that next day. And after that, after discussing that, I'll be moving into the electricity lesson, which is lesson number 7 actually. So why I'm like speeding up, because we have to finish this book part 1 within, like part 1 means the 8th chapter, then the matter changes. So, and here, yes, we have to discuss and finish this book before September, maybe at least first 2 weeks September, because then we have to start the part 2, right? So that is this is only the part 1 of this book, and then I'll be starting part 2 in September, right? That is why I need to finish this. Next day I'll be doing this, I'll complete that. And good night.
Okay, sir. Good night, sir. Thank you.